Okay, there we are, and we're live. And so today I'm talking about old friend Mike Reed, who's had a very interesting pandemic, including a trip to the hospital. And so I'd like to start by talking about you about that.
Which one?
Well, your trip to the hospital, you've had a very interesting pandemic.
Yeah, it's uh, it's right up there with the TV show Love Boat. It's right there. Don't ask me where that came from. Um,
Well,
no, I ended up with a little. Once upon a time, I had diabetes, but
uh,
a long time ago, I was taking off medicine, and for all these years, I've just been able to keep track of it,
right,
and I could tell when it got too high or too low. And I'll try to make this as short as possible. I ended up with a little ulcer thing. It's kind of like a blister on your foot. Too much information, but that's what it is. So I was at a hospital here in Branson, Missouri that rhymes with box
uh,
and starts with a C. And I was there for a week, and I was told just to go home and doctor the foot.
right,
And then a week later or so, I ended up in Springfield, Missouri, at another big hospital there.
right,
Mercy. Where was that place? God, I can't remember. But anyway,
right.
I went in there. I checked in, and got about 2 or 3 hours sleep. And they came with a gurney and took me to the operating room.
Uh-huh.
And they asked me, did I know why I was there? And I said, in the Mike Reed fashion, I said, well, I'm probably here to get a new pair of shoes, or maybe some glitter to put on these.
Right.
And they just straight face said, no, we're here to amputate your leg.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just looked at them and I said, if I had a bad heart, I would have just died and you wouldn't have had to amputate any.
Right.
And I said, well, that's not going to happen. And they told me that I actually talked to a nurse and a doctor and signed off on this.
Right.
So they said, well, you want us to tear that paperwork up? And I said, no. I said, I want to see where I signed it. I said,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to anybody about it. I would definitely know that. And they said, well, we'll just tear it up. I go, I would like to see it. Well, we'll just tear it up then. If you decide you want to do the amputation, let us know.
Wow.
Back to the room I went. And for some reason, they kept me there for a month.
Right.
So this is a month, and the other one in Branson, that was a week. So there's 5 weeks, and the week in between, there's 6 weeks. So I spent 6 weeks or so, and I finally got to come home, and I got a doctor in Branson, and she sent me where I should have been in the first place, to a wound specialist, because this was down below my ankle. And it just looks like, you've been in a car wreck or something. Excuse me. And so just the other day, every day he was telling me, this is looking better. It's looking better. He goes, now, if something happens on this where we can't get it fixed, you're looking at maybe losing a foot. I said, yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. And he said, well, we don't plan on doing that. But and just the other day, he was messing with my foot, and he just stopped, and he said, I want you to know you have done everything I've asked you to do.
Right.
And you've just kept your foot. He goes, he says, we're going to be able to get this healed, and you're not going to lose any limbs, and you're not going to lose your foot. So that was all a good deal.
Definitely.
And it's kind of it's a weird experience. I've never really been in a hospital. I've never been hurt. It's real hard. I'm having to stay on crutches.
Right.
To keep any weight off of this.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's briefly. Yeah, I've been through this medical thing, and yeah, I mean, until you've lived on crutches, it's not fun. I mean,
it's been a very interesting Christmas for you, definitely.
It's I'm such a Christmas nut. I mean, I usually back in Nashville when I was there, I would put up my Christmas stuff in October. I'd have people calling, do you have Christmas Village ready yet? I'd say, well, yeah, It's going up. And this year I did good. I guess I'm such a big kid. I just always make it really cool in my house. You know, kids walk in my house and they go, "Oh my!" You know, I'm in the living room. There might be 3 trees or 4 trees, and
Yes.
I have just everything I've collected since I was a kid. But it was this Christmas, it was here and gone. And usually I'm moping around, you know, for a month after Christmas. Oh, it can't be gone. But this year it's just kind of like this. It's like I guess I can just look forward to next year
Definitely.
being back to normal, maybe.
Definitely. And we've got big plans as well. But I think we want to talk for a minute about Dave Oakstra's film, The Center of Nowhere. And so,
What?
did you like that movie?
What's that?
The Center of Nowhere from the Springfield film I told you to watch.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, let me insert. That's another thing I need to do. Get new glasses. Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, for certain times, I do have this thing,
Right. Yes.
magnifying glass. I swear, directions to anything you buy anymore, they just put the little piece of paper in there and print it so little. It's like,
Right.
come on, I'm either getting old or I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, the DVD that you just held up,
Yes. Tell me about it. What was that like?
you turned me on to that.
Uh-huh.
Growing up in the Springfield, Missouri area, well, actually, me and you both grew up in a small town of Crane, Missouri,
We sure did.
30 miles from Springfield.
Uh-huh.
I went to school there and some college, and so pretty much I knew the music scene. I knew a lot of the people. It's just
Right.
I wasn't there hanging out. And then I had bands, so I was traveling a lot. I spent a lot of life on the road in motels, and we had fun. It was a business. Later on, we got the tour bus, and we did that. It was the minor leagues, is what we called it. But if you got to be out there, man, that's the way to do it.
Definitely.
And, so that DVD or that show I watched,
Yes.
a lot of people I had ran across through my life,
Right.
and they had helped me one way or another.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't in that circle where I was getting to hang out with those people all the time.
Right.
Knew them quite well and knew a lot of people that weren't on that DVD too.
Uh-huh.
So it was really cool to get to see it. And a lot of the stuff I was seeing and watching on that, I knew I was right with it. But then some of it, boy, it just hit me like, wow, I didn't know that. And I didn't know that. And it was people need to watch that. And
They definitely
toward the end of it, it's really cool because they say something about if you're going to make it big, you know, don't come to Springfield.
right.
You're not going to make it big here,
Right.
but you're
You
going
know
to
who
get
says that? You know who says that? Jeff Carney's daughter.
I know, that's what you told me.
Yes.
Small world.
Train connection.
And see, I look forward to seeing some of these people that are still around again.
Right.
So I can just say, oh my gosh, I knew you guys way back when.
Yes.
And I watched the DVD, and yeah, I mean, there was just musicians. I find this musicians are like a big family.
Right.
They all stick together and help each other out. And boy, they did. And Lou Whitney on there. I mean,
Yes.
there wasn't a finer guy that was in life. He just wanted to
So fun.
do what he could do to help everybody out.
You did.
And he was just a neat guy. He, out of the clear blue, he helped me in different bands that I had out of, you know, like we could be in a park doing something, and he'd come up, hey, I just came down to see you, Mike, and hey, I hear a couple of things on your sound. If you want me to tweak it, I can do this and this. It might help. Yeah, you know, I thought, wow, Lou, you just popped up and
right.
You know, got you iced tea or a soda pop or Coke or whatever you want to call it, and it's just, hey, here, I can help you out, make that a little better.
Right.
And it was pretty fun. In those days I used to buy music stuff at Well, originally it was Rock Shop,
Right.
and then I guess it was Sounds Great. But man, you always had. I mean, you were always seeing all these guys. I mean, it's
Right.
like we didn't need the rest of the world. We had all the big stars. They were
And
coming, you know, you're sitting there and you go, you know, and you see somebody coming in the store. It's like, oh man, look at that. That's so and so. And yeah, it was fun. Bill Brown, another gentleman that
right.
lost his life. Such a guitar player. He ended up playing with the Ozark Mountain Daredevils for a while. But yeah, he started out at a little pizza place, just
Right.
a little stage, coming in with his long hair and sitting on a stool and just jamming and singing. And I'm like,
And
and
you
all the,
actually showed me some guitars. So turn around and show the people those guitars.
no, okay,
No.
okay. Well, this is okay. Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it. See, I just turned the phone that way, right?
Okay, that's fine. Yes, that's the way to do it. Keep going. There we are. Look at that thing.
That's kind of neat. That's a
Yes, it
1965
is.
Flying V.
Yes. From
And
what
right
year?
next to it is, well, I'm not real good at this. Is there a little flip button? Oh, no. Okay.
Just
Well,
keep going. There you go.
there's a Kiss guitar, Paul Stanley.
Right.
Here's some, there's a couple of cigar box guitars.
Right.
Check this. Oh, my hallway. Look at this room. This is the room that's not fixed yet.
Okay.
There
Awesome.
are like 26 or 27 guitars, keyboards. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You know, and I get people that don't understand musicians, and you know, they're like, why don't you get rid of some of those?
Yes.
Everything I've got has a story behind it, why I have it.
Definitely.
Back in the days of playing country music, I have a Takamine that they only made 100 of them.
Right.
I don't know where it's at. It's around here somewhere. And it was Doug Supernull back in the days. He was a country star.
Oh yeah.
He got up on my stage and played it one night. He didn't put a scratch in it. It didn't get down into the wood. Just got on the outer coating or a belt buckle. It didn't scratch it. Just put that little indentation on it. And I'm like, dadgummit. And so there's a story there. They all had a story, and I've played them all different places. I could probably tell you, oh, here that guitar, I only played it once, and it was at this fair in Arkansas somewhere, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, it's, you know, I'm getting pretty old now, and it's almost as old as you. Oh no, that's
Yes.
right, older than you. No, but it's I guess I've spent my whole life in the entertainment business. And you know, and Dale, this is what I do. A lot of people in life, they pick one thing and that's what they do.
Right.
You know, okay, you know, I had friends. Okay, I'm gonna be a carpenter and I'm gonna do woodworking in houses and do that. And a friend of mine, he's from Billings. Well, he was from Crane. Bobby Eaton.
Yes.
For years and years and years, and to this day, he's retired, but he still does he's done some of the wealthiest homes in Springfield where he did all the woodwork.
Oh, yes.
That's what he chose to do, and he did it. My dad chose to be a car salesman, and that's what he did. Me, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, that's not right, because it's, I like everything. I mean, no, I do music, I play, I write, I sing.
Right.
I took up being a magician. So magic, I love magic. I've got a whole bunch of magic stuff just all stacked in here. Kids' magic shows are great. I took up ventriloquism. It's some. I had to line this stuff up so you can see it better at one of the other days. And I'm like, if I would have chose just one thing to do, then I would have probably been really, really, really good at that.
Yes.
But I chose several things to do.
Well,
And
I think it'd be more fun if we continue to bring in some people from your past and talk about the things that we're doing now and in the future. That's what I want to do. What do you
okay,
think about that? Jeff Kimes, maybe? What about Jeff Kimes and
yeah, me and Jeff, yeah, we went to school together, and Jeff's done a lot of stuff in the
definitely.
entertainment business. I mean, through producing and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, I moved back to Branson, Missouri. I was in Nashville
Right.
22, 23, 24 years.
Uh-huh.
I started running an entertainment company,
Right.
basically doing a lot of DJ work and corporate work and
Uh,
just any type of entertainment. And I decided I wanted to I'd been there a long time. It was time to go.
right.
Um, I wasn't, I wasn't some beautiful, hot 21-year-old girl that could sing
You're
really
definitely none
good.
of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's, although there's still places for people my age and stuff,
Sure.
but it's, because what you got to understand in the entertainment business, it's, I got this shirt on today. It's a Chris Angel shirt. I noticed
Right.
that's what I had on. Yeah,
Uh,
he told me one time, you got to keep it reinventing yourself.
right.
Keep yourself interesting. He said that's why he changed his hair all the time. Sometimes it's
Uh,
long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's red, sometimes it was smart guy, and he's done very well for himself. Now, in saying that, I decided to get out of Nashville. I wanted to either go to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, because I did some shows there. I worked at a theater there for a while, or come back to the Ozarks where I'm from.
right.
The and my mom's with me. She just turned 89. She's in great
Right.
shape. And I thought, I'm just going to go back home. I know people there. That's the Ozarks. So I came back here, and me and you,
We've got an idea, definitely.
we had talked some.
Right.
And I've got a mind just with a zillion ideals. I came back to Branson. People are like, well, I hear there's an audition at this theater or this theater. I'm like, I didn't come back here to audition at a theater. I really don't care about punching the time clock and doing the show and going home, start over the next day. If I'm going to do that, I want to do my own thing.
Right.
And it's not a thing where it's wow, look at me, look at what I can do, boy. Because I used to tell people, oh, there's 100 people that I sing better than, and there's 200 that sing better than me. You know, I mean, I'm sure everybody's listened to the radio and say, how did that person get a record? You know, type thing. And it's so I came back here with several ideas, and me and you, I was talking to you one day, and I ran across an idea that I'd been working on for a couple of years.
Right.
And you were just as quick as snapping the finger. You said, you own that domain now. I just bought it.
Yes, I did.
And I'm like, well, that's quick. And ever since, you've been the force behind me, although we're right in the beginning,
right,
of saying,
this is what we're doing.
And you're not the one to go, well, if we could do this.
Well, there's no if.
No, you just say, no, we're doing it. So you know, right here, I'll launch this. Me and Dale are working on a very cool thing. It could be in Branson. It could be anywhere. Yes. Exactly. It's entertainment.
It sure is.
It's never been done around here.
Sure hasn't.
I haven't seen it done anywhere.
It's going to be fun.
Because, like I said, as an entertainer, I think outside the box. I think,
about the box? Well, see, the boxes at home, that's for squares. No box.
It's, I think me and you, Dale, are getting ready to go on an adventure that's, I think we're going to start getting busy.
Me too. Me too.
We're seeing what's going to happen with this pandemic thing.
Right.
Because timing is very crucial when you're thinking about opening a new business. Right. I live here. I live right off the strip. And I mean, I could turn my phone around, look out my window here, and see there's the new aquarium down there, and there's the upside down house, whatever that thing's called. And there's the Presley's houses right back there behind me,
Wow.
and it's yeah, I live right here
We're
on
right
the
in
strip.
the middle of Branson for sure.
So I see everything that's new that's going in, and all the ideas that are new. And me and you have talked about this. There's good stuff going in that's cool, but
Right.
they're kind of missing the fact. I mean, I have a place just right over here. It's the Hollywood, and they have a miniature golf right there. And there can be people here in town, and it's 30 degrees out, and they're not playing miniature golf. And I'm like, now
Yeah.
come on, there's got to be something else. You know, it gets to where in the entertainment business, shows can get pricey. I mean, it's
Right.
I was in Vegas one time with a good friend of mine. I said, I went ahead and got the tickets for a Blue Man Group tonight. He said, what I owe you? And I said, 125. And he's like, wow, I bought both of them. And I go, no, that's yours. So good entertainment costs a lot of money. And one of the things mine was based on, if I could fix it where families could be entertained here, and they could still afford to do a lot of other things. You know,
Right.
they couldn't say, well, we're here a week, we can only go see one
Yes.
entertainment show. Well, all of a sudden they go, wow, you know. So it's putting yourself in the other people's shoes. It's like putting myself in their shoes, looking at what I'm doing and saying, wow, we can take the 5 kids and we can do that, and we still got money left over.
Exactly.
So that's all I can say about it right now, because
that's
this
a good
is
point.
this is literally such a cool idea. And as a songwriter, I'm the same way. I've got songs that I think, wow, they could be hits real easily.
Right.
And I've got songs that, well, that's okay, but I'm not sure it'd be a hit. And then I've got songs I've written that I like, but nothing's going to ever happen with it. I mean,
Right.
it's, you know, you got to kind of be real. But yeah, that's about all I can say is in the future here, we'll keep giving little hints.
We definitely will. And that's why it's good to be on here with you, and so excited to do this regularly. And we'll talk again tomorrow. And so now get your place set up, and it's wonderful to have you on.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, this is real good. It's as I said, I came here to create something, not to be a
Right.
part of something. Not against that. I love working as a team, but I like working with my team.
Yes.
I laugh. I tell people, I go, they built my foot and I'm not doing anything, you know, in the pandemic. I say, I'm one of the best entertainers that's not entertaining that's in this town right now. I go,
Definitely.
because it's yeah, I guess we're going to try to do this about every afternoon, huh?
That's what we'd like to do. Yes, exactly. So I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks, Dale.
Bye.